think my wife is hiding something from me because every night I see her twice. But she's not behind me.
It started like any normal evening in our home. My wife, Ada, was in the kitchen frying plantain while humming softly. I sat on the couch scrolling through my phone, enjoying the smell of dinner filling the house. "Who were you talking to earlier?" I asked casually. She paused for a second, then smiled. "Oh, just an old friend. We grew up together." I nodded. Nothing strange. People have friends. But then it became a habit. Every evening around the same time, she would step outside to take a call. Always smiling, always whispering. And every time I asked, the answer was the same. "My childhood friend." One night I said, "Why don't you invite them over? I'd like to meet this special person." Her smile faded instantly. "No, it's not necessary." That was the first time something felt off. Days passed. Curiosity turned into quiet suspicion. Then yesterday, everything changed. Ada was in the shower. Her phone buzzed on the bed. I wasn't trying to spy, but the name caught my attention. My mirror. My heart started beating faster. Before I could think, I walked to the bedroom mirror, and that's when I saw it. Not just my reflection. Behind me, in the mirror, Ada was standing there, smiling, but the bathroom door was still running with water. I didn't sleep that night. I just lay there, staring at the ceiling, replaying what I saw in the mirror over and over again. It didn't make sense. Ada was in the bathroom. I could hear the shower running, but in the mirror, she was behind me. The next morning, I acted normal. "Ada," I said, forcing a smile, "who exactly is this your childhood friend?" She didn't even look up from her tea. "You worry too much." That answer only made things worse. So I decided to stop asking and start watching. That evening, just like always, her phone buzzed. She stood up immediately and walked outside. But this time I followed her quietly. She stopped near the gate, back turned to me, laughing softly. Then she said something that made my heart freeze. "No, he hasn't figured it out yet." I stepped closer. "Ada, who are you talking to?" She turned sharply, startled. "No one," she said quickly. "Just a call from work." I didn't argue. I just nodded, like I believed her. But I didn't. Later that night, when she fell asleep, I picked up her phone. My hands were shaking as I opened her contacts. I searched for the name again. My mirror. I clicked it. No number, no chat history, nothing, just the name. That's when I noticed something else. The front camera suddenly turned on, by itself, and there, on the screen, I saw myself. But I wasn't alone. Ada was standing behind me again, smiling, slowly raising her finger to her lips, like she was warning me to stay quiet. I couldn't move. My hands were frozen around the phone, my heart pounding so loud I could hear it in my ears. Ada was still behind me, on the screen, smiling, but the room itself was completely empty. Slowly. I turned around, nothing. I turned back to the phone. She was still there, watching me. Then suddenly, the screen went black. I dropped the phone on the bed and stepped back, breathing heavily. That was it. I was done guessing. The next morning I made a decision. I installed a small camera in the bedroom. If something strange was happening, I needed proof. That night I pretended to sleep. Ada laid beside me like nothing was wrong. Minutes passed, then hours. Around 2 a.m., she quietly got out of bed. My eyes stayed closed, but my heart was wide awake. I heard her footsteps, but not walking away from the room, walking toward the mirror. I slowly opened my eyes. Ada was standing right in front of it, staring at her own reflection. Then she spoke, softly, calmly. "He's starting to notice." My chest tightened. Then, her reflection replied. Not her voice, but the same face, moving on its own. You waited too long. I sat up instantly. Ada, what is going on? She turned to me slowly. For the first time, she wasn't smiling. I tried to protect you, she said. From what? I shouted. She pointed at the mirror. From her. I turned. And this time, I didn't need the phone. The woman in the mirror wasn't copying us anymore. She was just standing there, looking directly at me, smiling wider than Ada ever could. Then everything went dark. The next morning, Ada was gone. No note, no clothes missing, nothing. Just the mirror, and on it, written clearly with a finger, "Now you see me." If this story gave you chills, hit that subscribe button right now, because you don't want to miss what's coming next. And drop the word mirror in the comments if you made it to the end. I want to know who's still watching, because me, I'm not alone in this house anymore.